What up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. So this week, it is quiet time right now. Everybody's napping, so I decided to do a podcast real time. It's December 26th, and in a few days, it's going to be New Year's. And I know for a lot of people, it's like New Year's, new ideas, and it's a new time to set like new goals in your life. And that is not what I'm doing this year. I'm doing something different, and I kind of wanted to kind of share this with you guys and try something new, see how it goes. And it's something that I've been doing the past couple of months, and I haven't really announced it to anybody or shared it anywhere because I just kind of wanted to try it out for myself, and it's been working. So here we go. And for 2021, do you have goals? For 2021, it is a year for me not to have actual things that I want goals. And we're going to talk about that. So I decided to stop doing the want thing back in July of this year because the word want, and let me look it up here in a dictionary because I want to share this with you guys. Because sometimes we need to be careful of the words that we use. And I'm actually going to do another episode on Monday. We're going to talk about words I stopped using and the reason why. But want means to have a desire to possess or do something, or something to wish for. So anytime that you want something, that means that's something that you do not have. And if you don't have something or you want something, that means that you're in lack of. So if you look the word up, lack, I know, right? You're like, Celeste, you're going to do this through dictionary today? No, but I really want you guys to hear this from like something else, like not from myself. Lack is the state of being without or not having enough of something. Or the verb version of it is to be without, you're deficient in. So for 2021, I didn't want to go into a year because I was like, why are we going to do this? Like, why do we go in this mindset of, well, I don't have A, B, and C, so next year I'm going to do A, B, and C. Next year for us, it's like, we're the 26th, so in 5 days, in a few hours, it's going to be the next year. Like, why can we start out today? So today's podcast is about taking action. 2021 is going to be about action-based and faith or believe in yourself. That's what 2021 is going to be for me. And also 2021 is not about me. 2021 is actually going to be about helping my community, my sisterhood of other women that want to be a part of this. And we're going to talk about this today. So let's get started. I know that not setting goals may feel counterintuitive because everybody does it, but this is not about doing what everybody does. Is what works best for you. So just, be willing to hear out this podcast and let me know what your feels and thoughts are about it. Afterwards, you can go ahead and shoot me a DM over on Instagram or one of my social media channels at Celeste Stylist. Why do we live? This is my question to you. Like, do you live in a mindset that when you have something, you're going to be fulfilled or it's going to be enough for you? Why? What is the purpose of living our life like that? I know for all of us, 2020 was a year of change and uncertainty in different ways, okay? All of us have changed in different ways. We're not the same persons that we were when we started out before this, okay? I am not the same person I was. My goals and are no longer there because I don't believe in goals anymore. It's more living my life, living it with intention, taking action, and believing in self. When we set goals, we are thinking that when we need something because we want something, right, that we don't have. And once we have that, we're going to feel something. And I want you to go back to your goals. So for example, like if I lose, like this was my goal, okay, for this year, from last year. If I lose 20 pounds, then I'm going to be happier and I will feel healthier. Okay. That didn't happen this year. I did not lose the 20 pounds. But I started walking and I stopped walking, because right now it's cold and I don't like walking out in the cold and it's an excuse, but that's fine. So I started walking and I felt healthier and I felt better about myself and I had more energy. So it wasn't, and this is when all this thing happened, it wasn't so much that we want to do the goals, it's the feeling that we're really searching for. But that feeling comes really from within. The weight can't do that for us. Some other people can't do that for us. Having, 20,000 clients is not going to do it for us. Having awards is not going to do it for us. And, having this like amazing sense of accomplishment, or having the claps and approval of other people is not gonna do that for us ever. This year has been really for me personally, and I don't know about you, but it's been really hard for me in the sense that I've had to really put down my line and boundaries and what works for me or not, and tune out of what other really talk about me or say about me or think about me, because it's not my business. And I realized that I can't control what other people think about me. I can't control what other people feel about me. The only person I can really control is myself. What kind of human being am I being? Can I go to bed at night and feel good about what I've done? And I can go to bed at night and feel good about what I've done. And I've been here in this world. You're here in this world to serve your purpose. You're here in this world to be happy. You're here in this world to accomplish everything that you want. And you're not here to struggle. You're not here to suffer. And like just coming from my upbringing and my experience is that, you have to suffer. You have to work hard in order to have money. You have to sacrifice to have success. And if you have this certain thing of success, or for example, a lot of people like 6 figures, if you have 6 figures or 7 figures in your business, then that makes you successful. And then you're worthy of whatever. Who makes up those lies? Like, who makes up that criteria? We each have our own criteria. And I've always have said this of what success means to us. So for 2021, I would really love for you to start thinking like, what's going to make you happy? Forget even what I'm telling you, that what makes you happy? What is, if you could do one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? And if it's not for the rest of your life, if you could do one thing for the next month, what would make you happy? Is that what you're doing right now? And if it's not, what action can you take to start doing that? And I know it's really hard to do in the beginning, so I really do recommend that you grab a piece of pen and paper and write this down. Like, what do you want to do? If there was no limitations, there was nothing could stop you from it. If there was something that you could do next year, starting today, what would it be? If you could have it right now, if I could snap my fingers and you have it now, what is it that you have now? You can do that today. And we're going to start taking action. And, after taking so much money and, so many courses in education, you learn a lot, like from other people teaching you and, sharing their experiences. And I've learned something that came after a while is that no class, no matter how much education I take, no matter how much education somebody has, no matter how much education you take, or how much somebody tells you how amazing you are never going to be ready to level up. You're never going to be ready to do that next thing unless you give yourself permission to. So number 1 for 2021, give yourself permission to just be. We're in a world of agendas, and this one from I live off a planner. I have been going really hard on not living off a planner, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been really hard because I like to be productive, and I really put my self-worth, and I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people do too, our self-worth in productivity. If we're doing something and we're being productive, then we're worthy of whatever. And I've just had to really learn to just rest, and that it's okay to not be 24/7 go, go, go. Our body wasn't designed to be like that. We are designed to sleep at least 8 hours of sleep per night. So we do need rest. It's part of our productivity in our body and ourselves. And we are deserving of that, even if we're not working at the time, which is what's happening for me, number 1. So for sure, believe in yourself. Number 2 is just like to really follow your own intuition in things. That's something that I'm going really big on next year, 2021, is really following my own intuition, even more than I have ever before in my life. just with my kids and also like with my business, I'm going a different route, and I'm going to do it quietly. And this time I'm not going to say anything, just because I think, and I'm going to, this is what I'm saying, follow your intuition and do it quietly. And I'm going to share something very private with you guys that I haven't shared. So there was this article, like I was all over the newspapers, okay? And I feel very blessed and I'm very grateful for that. But there was a lot of, a lot of people were interested. Like they wanted to do the same thing that I've done and everything, which is awesome, And as you guys know, I've been doing like master classes and paid classes, teaching people how to do it. And some people didn't like that answer. Some people didn't like, like you guys know, I Google everything. Some people didn't like, I told them, hey, but I Googled this and like, well, you're this, you're that, name calling and everything. There was a lot of other things that came along with it. And it got me really sad, okay? And it got me into this place like, why? And, and I'm not labeling, but it was a certain type of, and it was other women that were saying all those hurtful things to me. And it was this certain race that was doing it to me, okay? They all happened to be the same race. And it got me kind of triggered, okay? And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just quit. Maybe I shouldn't have shared this. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Like, am I being selfish? Like, it really made me question myself a lot. Okay. So I took a break. So I actually took a break from social, and I took a break, like we got shut down anyway. So I just been this whole past weeks, I've been really taking a break to really analyze like what I am doing. And, like, am I being helpful? Am I being stingy? Am I being selfish? Like, what's going on? And it made me realize that, you know what? Like, I didn't do this for them. And I didn't do this for me. The idea for my mobile salon was an idea of something needed to change in my life. And it happened out of, something hard that happened. But the really thing that happened, something needed to change in my life and something needed to change in my business. And I did it because I wanted a special place for my clients. And that was the key. It had nothing to do with me. It had to do with them. I wanted something special for them. And I still want them to have that. And if people cannot see your worth, that's none of your business. If people think you're mean because you see your worth and you're willing to charge for it or put a limit on it, and they don't understand that and they label you for that, that's none of your business. At the end of the day, like, I think it's so important that we know why. We always go back to our why when we feel lost. And for me, going back to my why made me realize, like, you know what? Like, no, like, I did this for my clients, and they're the ones who've been through the process and who have been there with me from the beginning, and they're the ones who deserve this. And number two, like, like, I see my worth, and I know because, like, I get questions, it's not just like how I did it, but, like pricing and, my business plan and, how I do my stuff. And they really want in-depth knowledge of things that I've developed over the years. And it's okay that I put a worth on it for myself. And it's okay if they don't understand that. And I really wanted to talk about that too in this episode today, because many of us are service-based. And right now with the whole COVID thing, we have new stipulations. Like, most of us have to wear masks now. Like, it's mandatory, and our clients have to wear masks, and we have to put stipulations. And if you guys go check out my Instagram page, that's Let's the Stylist, you can see like, I have like safety protocols, and I made it fun because it's just my personality. So, tip for you guys, if you guys have your safety protocols, make it fun, make it light. But, it is part of what we do, and there's additional cost with all of that. And I know, and I don't know why, like, it's just a reoccurring thing. And I just feel like the intuition to talk about it in this episode. Many of us, because are service-based and we're scared, we go into like this fear-based of being scared, like, well, a lot of people are not working well, a lot of people are losing their jobs, or a lot of people are in shutdown. So that means that you charge less, and there's going to be less clients and less people are going to come to me. And no, we should not do that. Being in the beauty industry, it is a luxury service. When we get our nails done, we get our lashes done, our hair done, whatever service we get, it's a luxury service. It's not mandatory. And we do, we charge price for that. And I think it's so important that we don't discount it, because we really are stealing from our self-worth. And just for 2021, like really working on, my sisterhood circle, like monthly circle with other women. And it's just really thinking about like the importance of seeing our own worth, because we are so special. And it just breaks my heart, even within myself, like this past week's just like dealing with my own little, shadow work and the own things I've been dealing with of why is it so easy for other people to see our worth, but why is it so hard for ourselves to see our own worth of things? And like people will say, oh, this is amazing, you're amazing, you're great, you're so smart. But why can't we see that for ourselves? Like, okay, why can't you see that for you? And so we're going to do this little exercise. I want you to take a deep breath in. Hold it in for 2 seconds. Just let it out. Okay. So now that you've done that, I want you to say out loud 2 amazing qualities that you have about yourself, not about your skill, about yourself. So I'm going to start with myself. For example, I am a very amazing cheerleader for others. And number 2, I know I have a lot of tenacity, and that is a really special skill that I do have. So what are your 2, so now it's your turn. So tell me, what are your 2 amazing, qualities that you have within yourself? And, whenever you feel low, or whenever you feel like you're not enough, just remember those amazing qualities that you do have within yourself and how important it is for you to see your worth. And it's not based on what anybody else's approval or acceptance of you. It's only acceptance that matters is within yourself. So let's keep going on this. So like we're talking, 2021 is action-based, number 1, and number 2 is believe in self, or believe or faith in self and something else. So first, let's start with the action. What actions are you going to start taking today? So right now, as soon as I'm done with this podcast, I'm going to put on a whole bunch of coats and a little beanie and my tennis shoes, and I'll record it and do a little story. And I'm going to go on a walk, because I'm going to start walking every single day. I don't care if it's raining or it's cold or whatever. I'm going to do it. And we're going to start that today. So what action are you going to start taking today? I don't care how much education you take. I don't care how many courses you take. I don't care how many books you read, how many podcasts you listen to, like you're listening to right now. Nothing is going to change in your life if you keep doing the same thing over and over again. That's crazy. Not how we expect something to change if we keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's not going to change. And that's why I had to take this pause. And I did take a pause from honestly, from December 9th. No, it's probably December 8th. Till right now we're December 26th. I really took a deep pause to stop consuming, stop creating, just sit down and just be with myself. And, and that's an action I took, because I just go, do, intake. But I'm like, okay, Celeste, that's nice. You have all this knowledge, you have all this stuff, but you're not even outputting more source of things that you can do already. And that's why my big encouragement for you guys, don't wait till the next year when I take A, B, and C class, or I have B tool, or I have this thing. No. We don't need to be in the want and have. Once I have that, no. With what you have right now, what can you do? If you want to start a new business, if you have a piece of paper and a pen, what are 5 goals that you can do starting today to get you to, let's not use the word goals. What are 5 things that you can do in your list to get you closer to that? I'll give you an example. Okay, I want to start a new business. Number 1, maybe I'll look for the county guidelines. What are the rules with that? Something super simple, take me less than 5 minutes to research on the web. Number 2, what are the city guidelines with that? And number 3, maybe approximate cost of insurance. Number 4, how much actual money do I have to invest, or do I need for that business? What's the cost for that? And probably number 5, what would be how much would I charge for that service? And and how much is it going to cost me to provide that service, so it may cost me $5 to actually create the product, monetary wise, but it takes me an hour of my time. So how much is it really? So is that, if if an hour of your time costs $60 plus the $5 of products, that means that's $65 right there, and how much you're going to be selling that product for. There's just a quick little example. You see, I did that with you guys right here in less than a few minutes. You can do it too. So I want you to start taking action. I don't think we stop ourselves so much, okay? So much in life. I have stopped myself so much in life. And 2020 was a big slap in my face. I'm always making excuses. Like even me, okay? I make excuses. Well, I have the kids and I want to spend time with them and I don't want to neglect them and I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, but I can't do this. And, I have my wife and no, it's BS. It's all excuses. And for me, 2021 is just taking action. And I'm going to mess up. It's okay. I'm going to, it's not going to be perfect. I'll make some whoopsies along the way. But that's called life. That's called learning. Nothing's perfect. I don't care how much you plan for it. Like, we need to be action takers. And what's a beautiful thing that I've learned, even myself as a colorist, is when you mess up, you learn how to fix it. And that's the beauty of it. You learn how to fix it. And I think one of the biggest, best things that I've ever done is when I make mistakes, I've been able to admit it and say I'm sorry and just move on from it. And just taking action, also taking action to remove myself from it. And not just like only physically, but emotionally and mentally too. I think it's so important for us to take the action of removing ourselves from things that no longer serve us. 2020 was a big year for me of that too. I had to really remove myself from many things, not just business-wise, but personal-wise as well, that were no longer serving me. It's hard. It's not easy to do. Doesn't mean people are going to like it, but if you're happy, that's what matters. So take action. Now, number 2, it's about believing in self and also believing in your inner power. And this is why I'll do it here, and this is my post today. I'm no longer using the word empower, because I looked up the definition of the word empower. For me, empowering is like, yes, you can do it. Like for me, it's more like cheering on, right? Like I'm like, yes, I'm a cheerleader. I love being a cheerleader. But I didn't like this part. I was like, oh heck no, like I don't like that part. So empower, give someone the authority or power to do something. Make someone stronger or more confident, especially in controlling their life and claiming their rights. Okay, so that sounds pretty and all, but I was like, I don't need to empower anybody, because you have already that power within you. Like, you don't need that to hear from me or anybody. And if you're waiting to hear that it gets that power and authorization with somebody else in your life, what is that really teaching you or myself? And I'm like, I don't want to, even with my own kids, okay? I have 3 kids. And they're a perfect example for this. They're 12. One's about to be 13. 12, 7, and a 1-year-old, okay? She's just a baby. Those are my 3 babies. And even within themselves, yes, I tell them, get off the games, get off the internet. Yes, I control, I tell them how much time to spend on that because it's not good for them. But I let them have their own sense of identity and their own self. And I know they're little, but I really try to empower, I really try to help them see their own power within themselves. I let them know when I mess up, I'm sorry, Kaden, that, I lost my cool and I raised my voice, but that really upset me that you lied to me. And then he has he has his own power and his own will to tell me, yes, mommy, I forgive you, or he can be upset and be like, you know what, mom, I can't talk to you right now. And I will remove myself from in front of him, because my children deserve that consent, and they do have that power, even if they're little children. Because I think it's so important for me is raising little kids, for them to know that it's not mandatory. Love is not mandatory. You have control over decisions and over things that happen to you. and you need to learn to have empathy and compassion, but they have to practice it, and they have to know that you do say sorry, number one, and you give people their space, number two, and number three, that, when you're ready, you forgive them, because just like I'm human, they're human too, so we all make mistakes. But and I also teach them, same thing. Like, sometimes people will not say I'm sorry, and you just have to, if it hurts you too much, it's just time for you to remove yourself from that situation, or remove yourself from that, friendship or relationship, because it's no longer serving you, and you need to take care of you and your feelings, which is something I do as an adult, which people may agree or not agree with. So why am I saying all this? Because that's why I stopped using the word empower, because you don't need power from me. You don't need authority from me. You need to find that within your own self, because when the rocks hit, and when people end up not all the time, okay, because I'll be totally frank with you guys, this is the first time it happened to be this strong this time, okay. I even got, someone even told, the Board of Cosmetology, that I was doing business without an establishment license, which I do have, number one. And number two, that I was doing, business without cosmetology license, which I do have. I've had it since 2017. But anyways, that's why you need to believe in yourself, because when crap like that happens, it's going to bring you down. I'm human, guys. And I was like, well, shit, that sucks. Am I doing something wrong? Should I just give it all away for free? And I was like, you know what? No, this is my business, and I worked hard for it, and I've taken a lot of education. I made lots of boo-boos to learn how to make this work. And if they can't see my power, if they can't see my own self-acceptance of self-worth, and if they think that's mean, which I will never understand, you guys, because we charge for service. We charge if somebody wants nails. We charge if somebody wants a consultation to even just talk to us about their hair or their service. Doctors charge a fee just to go see them. Movie theaters charge just to go see a movie, to look at a movie they created for us. But we get upset over educators wanting to charge a fee for their classes or their things. I will never understand that, because I pay for my education. But anyways, it's not my thing to understand. And I had to really pull myself back to really be like, is this something internally? What's the problem with this? And I realized they triggered something in me that I worked really hard to heal 8 years ago. So it was a trigger, and I had to be like, oh, okay, so that's a trigger, but no, I know what I'm worth, and it's okay. People don't agree with it. Okay, get yourself together, get strong, take some fresh breath, and come back up and move forward, Celeste, and no more excuses. So this really hard part of, having to find within myself that I could believe in myself really helped me move forward to this next part of where I'm moving forward with my life and in my business. So remember, loves, please find the time to find that power within you. Things are not always going to be easy and happy and sunshines and rainbows. But life is beautiful, okay? And just because we get one hiccup in the road does not mean we quit. We're allowed to take a rest. We're allowed to, I'm going to put the brakes on my car, and I'm going to get out and go for a walk. We're allowed to do the same thing with life and in our business. But always remember to come back after a deep refresh and get back in the car, in the driver's seat, and go move on forward with your badass self, because you got everything you need within yourself. And the part two of that, whether you believe in God or you don't, if you believe in energy or you don't, or you believe in the universe or not, my personal beliefs is that I really believe that everything comes from God aligned with my intentions and energy, and the universe is all united as one. That's just my personal belief, okay? But I want you to use this however you believe. If you believe in energy and good vibes, bad vibes, you believe in God only, or you believe in the universe, whatever you believe in, okay? That's the main source of everything. I think one of the biggest misconceptions, and I read this amazing book, and I'm trying to finish it before the end of this year. And if I do, hopefully I can finish it today. I'll be happy to share it with you guys, because this is an amazing read. I think everybody should read this book. But it talks about how we think that money comes from people, or, how we grow up. Money doesn't grow on trees. Well, actually it does, because paper's made out of trees. Or money is the root of all evil. Like, no, it's not. Actually, it's not. Like, money is a good thing and it's a blessing, and it's okay to love money. It's just sometimes people that, sometimes it's just bad people and they happen to use money for something bad. But doesn't mean money is bad. So it's just like rearranging your thoughts and patterns and going back to why you have certain thoughts in the way you think and how it affects your life. Anyway, so it's a really good book. But going back to it is for 2021 is that this, as I've always have said, there is no competition, you guys. The only competition is the woman you're looking at or the person that you're looking at in front of the mirror. And that's yourself. That's the only person that you need to impress and feel good at and make her happy at the end of the night. You can go to bed. She's the only one that really matters. Nobody else does. Nobody else can make you happy for yourself. Nobody else can give you what you need. It all comes from within. And, having this new perception of like money doesn't come from your clients. Money doesn't come from all that hard work and sacrifices that you make. Money comes from yourself, from believing in yourself and believing that the universe or God or the energy around you will give back to you what you're giving out. And, I really sat with that for like 3 days. And I was like, what the heck does that mean? I'm like, well, I've made lots of sacrifices. Does that mean that didn't work? And then I went back to it and I was like, you know what? Okay, like, yeah, sure. Like I sacrificed, but that wasn't really what made it possible. What made it possible is that I believed. So see, it goes back to yourself. So if you believe something, you made something else possible, whether it's, to go on a run. You believe that you could run that day. So you put on your running shoes and you went for that run. The same thing happens. And it's just like, okay, well, I believe that I could be of service and be of benefit for that person. So I put myself out there, when you believe in, that thing, that's the main source, like God, the universe, or the energy around you. And it all worked out. And it made the magic happen. So that's why I've been talking a lot about, and I even changed it on my own IG, about your inner power. Because this whole like empower thing, like which I've been talking about for the past 3 years, I am moving away from it because I'm like, we don't need empowerment from nobody. We just need like inner acceptance of our badass self, because we're the ones who make it happen. Like whatever you have done, as much as, I think it's beautiful. Like some of you guys DM me, they're like, yeah, like your podcast, like it inspired me to take action, to do A, B, and C. You're amazing. I'm like, no, love, like you're amazing because you did it. Like you took these words and you made it into action. You took that. Like that is your superpower. And just being able to believe in whatever you believe, that it all comes together with your belief in self and belief of a higher source, which whether it's God or the universe or the good vibes, that's going to make it possible for you. It's all you need in your life. So when things get hard or unknown, it'll be okay. So that's why I'm not doing 2021 goals, because for me, it's like 2021. January 1st. We are currently in California. I'm not being negative. I'm just giving you guys some perspective, okay? We're in shutdown. We're in lockdown. We're not allowed to go outside unless we have to go to like the store, okay? The grocery stores are the only things that are open. All businesses are closed. There's no even outdoor dining right now. It's just for pickup. And I'm home and I can't work on clients. So what am I going to do? And that's where for me, having the mindset of my mind is not set and there is abundance and there's this amazing opportunity that God and the universe is aligning for me to be my higher self. And I believe that I am here for a purpose, and I believe it's something so much greater and better for me, and it's gonna happen. And it's going to start today, and I need to be able to like level up to that level. So I need to take a break. So I took a break. I feel better. I feel re-energized. I have this new notion of 2021 of just taking one educational class and the rest of the year, like just believing in myself. And except for like, I'm going to have this one business coach, which I love, and shout out to Nina at Passion Squared. She's amazing. I love that she just gives you like what's going on, like in the business world. And then you pretty much do with it what you think works best for you, which is like power to that. I love that. I'm just going to believe in my inner power and my inner self. And I really believe in 2021 it's going to be a lot about empowering others, because I can give power to nobody, because you already have your own power, but helping and being a guide for other women entrepreneurs. And why women? Because I come from a culture where women is very put down. Fuck that. I'm a feminist, and it's okay. And I want to teach, just like I want to be an example for other women. I want to be an example for my daughters that we are women. We have our inner power. We are strong. We don't need acceptance. We don't need authority from anybody to be our badass, unique selves. And that it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a break to recharge. It's okay to be different. It's okay to, love others and put your boundaries of love. And I really hope that this podcast really helped you guys to set some real intentions for yourself. Like, what do you really need? What can you take action in right now? And can you believe in yourself more? Can you? Because I know you can, and I know you want to, but it's only up to you, because you're the one who has the power to believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself and you put yourself out there, like, I know things will happen for you, like they're supposed to, because we are here on this earth not to suffer. And I know that, and I want to give you guys a huge shout out and a huge thank you for being a part of my podcast and this year, which has been a freaking shit show for me. But I shared it because I think it has, and I know it has, because I've get DMs and feedback from some of you guys here too. It has been very helpful for you. And at the end of the day, so important for you to know that you are so valuable and you are so special, and you're here on this earth for a special reason, and you know exactly what it is. If you just have the willingness to even just try to believe in yourself, little by little, practice it, like every day. You know what, like, I am special, or you know what, I am good at whatever it is that you do. I am a good person. Just be a good person. You know what, I'm a woman, or whatever you believe in. Like, just having the inner power to believe in yourself, believe that you're in here to live this life, to live it however you feel best fits you, and to be prosperous and abundance, and that, money and abundance and success is individual, and you're worthy of it, and you are entitled to love it, because it's yours, honey. Like, it's you, and it's okay. And it's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to love yourself, and it's okay to put yourself first. And I hope you go into 2021 knowing that you already have everything that you need to make yourself successful, to make yourself happy and abundant. And it doesn't have to be like anybody else's rules or guidelines. And, like, fuck the 6 figures, fuck the 7 figures. You do what's best for you. You do what makes you happy, because for us, it's not just the number that we're seeking. For us, it's so much more than that. And I'm always here to guide you and help all of you guys, because I know as women, we are so powerful, and we're such badasses, and we have so much inner power that if we unlock it, our potential is limitless. But the only person that can do that for ourselves is ourselves. If we just take the time to take a break, if we just take the time to believe in ourselves, if we just take the time to say, fuck getting validation from the outer world, because the only validation I need and all the answers that I seek are within myself. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. I love you guys so much, and I'll be back here next week with a new podcast. And I can't wait to start bringing on more guests and some amazing women that I've been lining up for you guys that have been innovating their business during the 2020 and have gotten new business up and running and are doing amazing things amidst all this, to give you guys some ideas and inspiration and a fresh perspective. So have an amazing week. So much love. See you next time.